today's topic is Joule's law. Suppose this is a vessel, okay. In this vessel we have taken some water. The materials required for this activity is we need a vessel with some water inside. Some water is taken in the vessel, and then we need a resistor, high resistance wire for heating up the water. Means we are using a coil, a resistance wire, a heating coil. Let R is the resistance of this one, R ohm is the resistance, and these wires are taken outside for giving electrical connections, and this circuit is connected with a cell, an ammeter and a rheostat. What is rheostat? Rheostat is a variable resistor. Suppose this is an ammeter. Ammeter is used for what purpose?
For measuring the current.
Yeah, for measuring current. So we have a rheostat here. The rheostat is used for controlling the current. We can increase or decrease the current by adjusting the resistance in the circuit by using the rheostat. This is the rheostat. Okay. This is ammeter. Now we are performing the experiment. Suppose initially I am adjusting the rheostat. Initially I am adjusting the rheostat and making the current in the circuit some 10 milliampere. Current is made, I is equal to 10 milliampere. What will happen when current flows through this resistor?
Bubbles.
When current flows through a resistor, what will happen?
It will produce energy.
It will get heated up. Heat energy will be produced. Because you know what is resistance? What is the definition of resistance?
Opposing the force of charge.
So resistance is the property of a conductor to oppose the flow of charges, correct?
Yes.
So whenever something moving, electrons are flowing through the conductor, and during that time if it is opposed, whenever we oppose something, heat energy will be produced. For example, if you take a rough surface, on a rock surface, if you dash a knife on that, if you scratch a knife on a rock surface, what we can see? With a knife on a rough surface of a rock, we can see sparks, heat, isn't it? It will get heated up. Why it is getting heated up? Or if you rub your hands like this, you try it, your hand is heating up, isn't it?
Yes.
Why it is heated up? Due to the friction. What is friction? Friction is opposition to the motion. So when something is moved and it is opposed, heat energy will be created. The energy of the body, moving body, means the kinetic energy of the body will be converted to heat energy. Same like that, when electrons are moving through a conductor, and if it is opposed because of the resistance of the wire, that kinetic energy of electron will appear in the form of heat energy. And that heat energy we are using for ironing our dress in the iron box, for heating water in the geyser, for making sandwich in the toasters. Got it? So if you use a high resistance wire and when current flows through that, due to the resistance, heat energy will be developed. Now in this experiment, in this activity, we have a high resistance wire. Suppose R is the resistance of that. R is the resistance of this wire. Okay. And right now a current I ampere is flowing through this one. A current I ampere is flowing. For example, I am taking that as 10 milliampere. 10 milliampere. Then heat energy will be produced in water. High resistance wire will get heated up. This resistor will get heated up, and due to that heat, water will also start heating up. And after few minutes, you can see the water will start boiling, isn't it? And how much heat energy is produced in water? How much heat energy is produced in water? That heat energy produced in water we can calculate. There is an equation for that. We will study in next higher class. The heat energy produced in this water can be calculated by using an equation. The mass of water used, it is not in the lesson, okay, it is out of lesson. The mass of water used in this, and there is a constant called specific heat capacity of water into the increase in temperature, delta T. If you apply the mass of the water taken here and see, it is 4200 for water, it is a constant, it is called specific heat capacity. That is 4200 joule per kilogram per Kelvin for water, that we can apply here. Suppose mass is taken 2 kg, so 2 kg 4200. Delta T is the temperature increase. Suppose initially the temperature was 30 degree Celsius. After heating for few minutes it become 50 degree. Then 50 minus 30, 20 will be the delta T value. Got the point? Let it be in this example. In this example, suppose that heat energy produced is, say, H is equal to some 2000 joule. I'm just taking an example, not exact value. Some 2000 joule of heat energy is produced in water. The heat energy produced in water because of the 10 milliampere current is 2000 joule. 2000 joule heat energy is produced. Now, the second step of the experiment, what we are doing, I am adjusting this rheostat here and the current I am increasing. Suppose the current is increased to 10 milliampere into 20 milliampere. The second step of the experiment, the current is increased to the initial current, let it be I1. Now I am changing the current into I2. The current is increased to 20 milliampere. Suppose I am increasing the current to 20 milliampere. Can you tell me how much will be the change in heat energy? Suppose in both the examples, the first case we passed current through this one for, say, for 10 minutes. The time is 10 minutes. The 10 milliampere current we passed through the resistor, 10 minutes time, 10 minutes, and that time 2000 joule of heat energy is produced in this resistor. The second step of the experiment, we are passing electricity for the same 10 minutes, okay, but current I am doubling, 10 milliampere I change it to 20 milliampere. Now can you guess how much will be the change in heat energy produced?
4000 joules.
No, answer is not 4000. Heat energy produced will be increased to 8000 joule. 8000 joule. So what you can see here, when the current is doubled, means current is 2 times doubled, heat energy become 4 times. Got it?
Yes.
It means that, now see I am writing here, the first result we obtained is that the heat energy produced in that resistor H is directly proportional to what? Square of the current. So directly proportional to square of the current. What is the meaning of that? When you double the current, heat energy become 4 times. I am increasing the current 3 times. Instead of 10 milliampere, I am making it 30 milliampere. How many times the heat energy will increase? If the current is tripled, 3 times increased. It is written here already, it is proportional to I square. So if current is 3 times, 3 here, 3 times increased, the heat energy will be 3 square. What is 3 square? When the current is tripled, heat energy becomes square of that, I square, 3 square. 9 times heat energy will increase. 2 into 9, 16,000. Got it? If the current is increased 5 times, what will be the change in heat energy?
25 times.
Very good, 25 times. If I is 5 times increase, 5 square. What is 5 square? 5 into 5, 25.
25.
If current is 10 times increase, heat energy will be 100 times. If current is 100 times increase, heat energy will be 10,000 times. First point of Joule's law. The heat energy produced in a resistor is directly proportional to square of the current for a given resistor and for a given time. Time is kept constant, resistance value is kept constant, then the heat energy produced is directly proportional to square of the current. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, now second step, now listen here. What I am going to do here, the next step of the activity, I am bringing back the current again to the previous, the first step, that is 10 milliampere. Current I am making same 10 milliampere. Okay? But the resistance value, suppose the resistance value I am making double. Initially if it is 20 ohm, now I am making it 40 ohm. Just doubling the resistance. And again measuring the heat energy produced in water. We are keeping time same, 10 minutes. Current same as in the first case, 10 milliampere. Only the resistance of the wire is doubled. R become 2R. Means that if it is 20 ohm, become 40 ohm. Only resistance is doubled. All other factors, current and time, are kept constant. Then can you tell how much will be the change in heat energy? Can you guess? Means current is same as in the first case, 10 milliampere. Time also same, okay? But only the resistance of this coil R I am doubling.
4,000.
Very good, 4,000. Means when resistance is doubled, heat also only will double. 2,000 become 4,000. 4,000 joule. 4,000. That is, when the resistance of this one R is increased into 2R. Okay, the new resistance is 2R. When R is doubled, heat energy also will double. So what we can write here?
Directly proportional to R.
Yeah, directly proportional to the resistance R. Means when resistance is doubled, heat energy also will double. When resistance is tripled, heat energy also tripled. When resistance is made 4 times, heat energy also become 4 times. Last step. Again we are going to the first case. First case means current is 10 milliampere. Okay. And the resistance is same R. Resistance is same R. Current is 10 milliampere. But the time of flow, time I am doubling. Before it was 10 minutes, now I am making 20 minutes. Then can you tell me what will be the change in heat energy produced? If time is doubled, then heat energy initially it was 2000 joule. How much will be the heat energy now? 2000 was the heat energy when time was 10 minutes. The same current, same water, same resistance, everything same. But time I am making 2 times. 10 minutes I am making 20 minutes, for example. Then how much will be the... 4,000, good. Means when time is doubled, heat energy also doubled. So what we can write here? The heat energy produced in a conductor is directly proportional to the time of flow, the time during which the current flows through the conductor or the resistor. This is Joule's law. What is Joule's law? The heat energy produced in a resistor is directly proportional to the square of the current for a given resistor and a given time, and directly proportional to the resistance of the wire or the conductor, and also it is directly proportional to the time during which the current flows through the resistor. Now how can we write this expression? We can connect all these 3 relations together, and that can be written as H directly proportional to what? I square RT. And this is the mathematical form of Joule's law. The mathematical form of Joule's law, it can be written as H proportional to I square RT. The statement is like this: the heat energy produced in a resistor is directly proportional to the square of the current for a given resistor and for a given time, and directly proportional to the resistance of the wire, and also it is directly proportional to the time of flow. When we convert this into an equation, we can write this H is equal to a constant into I square RT, but here the constant value is 1. The proportionality constant in this equation is 1, is equal to a constant K into I square RT. But in this equation, the value of the constant K is 1, so K is equal to 1. Then what will be the final equation?
H is equal to I square R.
Yeah, H is equal to I square RT. This is the Joule's law. Okay? We derived this equation by doing an experiment. H is equal to I square RT.
Yes.
What is the statement of Joule's law?
The heat energy produced in a resistor is directly proportional to the I square for a
of the
given
current.
resistor, and directly proportional to the resistance for a given current,
Yes.
directly proportional to the time for which the current flows through the resistor.
Okay, very good. So the heat energy produced in a resistor is directly proportional to the square of the current flowing through the resistor, and it is directly proportional to the resistance, and also it proportional to the time of flow. Okay. Now the same equation we can derive by using mathematics also. You see how the equation is derived. In 9th standard, you studied the equation for power. Do you remember what is power equation? Power P is equal to
W by T.
Very good. Work by time. Work and energy are same. Energy by time or work by time. Energy by time or W by T. Work by time. What is potential difference? V equal to?
P equals to W by Q.
Very good. W by Q. V is equal to W by Q. From this equation, what will be W equal to? If I write this equation, rewrite this equation for W. W is equal to what?
V into Q.
V into Q. W will be equal to V into Q. Now, we'll take this first equation as equation number 1. This one as equation number 2. Now I am substituting equation 2 in 1. What I can write? If I am substituting equation 2 in 1, instead of W, I can put V into Q. Okay. So the equation become P is equal to, the power P is equal to, for W I am substituting V into Q. V into Q and divided by T. What is Q by T?
Q by T is current I.
Yeah, Q by T is current. Q by T is equal to current I. So I can write the equation, the last equation, P is equal to V into Q by T. That Q by T can be substituted as, Q by T can be substituted by I. So power P is equal to what? The electric power, we got an equation for electric power. P is equal to V into I. If you multiply potential difference and current, that will be power of the circuit. This equation will take equation number 3. Again I am writing the equation of power, that is P equal to W by T. What is the relation between work and energy?
They both have same.
Both are same. Work and energy are, if you do work, you will get energy, isn't it?
Yes.
And if you have energy, then only you can do work. Are you doing any work right now? If you do work, then only you will get energy. But right now you are not doing any work, you are getting energy. Because your father is doing work, isn't it? If father is not doing work, will you get energy? If you do hard work right now, in future it will come in the form of energy. What is the unit of energy?
Joules.
Joule. Work also joule. So work and energy both are measured in joule because both are same. If you do work, you will get energy. If you have energy, then only you can do work. Work can be converted to energy, energy can be converted to work. So in this equation P equal to W by T, I am going to write W is equal to, what will be W is equal to? Work is equal to power into time. In an electrical heating device, the work done by the device, suppose for example if you take this resistor, in this resistor the work done by the resistor is converted into heat energy. Heat energy is produced and that is used for heating the water, isn't it? If you take an electric bulb, the work done is converted to light energy. If you take the fan, the work done by the fan is converted into the rotational kinetic energy. Electrical energy is used for working of fan, and during that time it is converting the electrical energy into rotational kinetic energy. A resistor will convert the work done into what? Heat energy. So we can write, instead of W, we can write H also, because work done is converted to energy, work done and energy are same. So instead of W, I can write H also, heat energy. So this equation W is equal to P into T, W is equal to P into T. It can be also written as what? W can be replaced by heat energy, because in a resistor, the work done is converted into heat energy. Work done and heat energy are same. H is equal to P into T. This equation I am taking as equation number 4. Now what is equation 3? P is equal to V into I. Now we are going to substitute equation 3 in 4. Substituting equation 3 in equation 4. What will be the equation now? If I substitute the equation 3, that is, instead of P, I can put V into I. Instead of P, I can write V into I. If I write V into I, the equation becomes V into, instead of P, I am putting VI. So VIT. V into I into T. So heat energy produced in the circuit is VIT. Voltage, potential difference into current into the time of flow will give the heat energy. This is equation number 5. Now, what is, according to Ohm's law, what is V equal to? In Ohm's law equation, what is V equal to? V is equal to I into R. V is equal to current into resistance, I into R. If I substitute this equation in equation number 5, what will be the equation for H? H is equal to, if I put instead of V potential difference I into R from Ohm's law, I can write H is equal to V, I am putting I into R, then again I into T. I into I is what? I square. So the final equation is what? H is equal to I square RT. That is what? Joule's law, isn't it?
Yes.
So mathematically also, what we obtained by physical experiment, the same result we are getting by mathematical equation also. Okay, now listen here. Now one more equation. From the same equation, H is equal to I square RT. What is, according to Ohm's law, what is I equal to? What is I
equal to V by R.
Yeah, I is equal to V by R. If I apply this equation in equation of Joule's law, I square RT, instead of I am writing V by R. So I square will be V square by R square, isn't it? Instead of I square, I should write V by R the whole square, means V square by R square. Substitute like that, H is equal to, the heat energy produced in a circuit is equal to, instead of I am giving V by R, so I square will be V square by R square, V square by R square into R into T. resistance into time. 1 R will get cancelled. This R and 1 R will, from here will get cancelled. Okay. Then what is remaining? H is equal to what
V
is it?
square by R into T.
H is equal to V square by R into T. 1 R is cancelled. So V square divided by R into T. So all of you write these 3 equations in a box. 3 equations you can use for finding the heat energy in a circuit. Write these 3 equations in a box. In exam, according to the question, you have to apply the equations. If current and resistance are given, which equation you will use? I square RT. Okay. If voltage and current are given, potential difference and current are given, which equation?
IVT.
IVT. And if voltage and resistance are given, V square by R into T. Okay. So 3 equations are there. The first equation from Joule's law for finding the heat energy produced in a resistor, H is equal to I square RT. H is equal to I square RT. The second equation, H is equal to IVT. If current and potential difference, voltages are given, IVT. The third equation, H is equal to V square by R into T. V square by R into T.